Tuesday the 17th, we have a full body, 15-minute, as many reps or as many rounds as possible. That's what an AMRAP stands for. So all that means is that we are repeating these exercises over and over and over and over again to a timer. We're not doing rounds, we're setting a 15-minute timer or watch the clock for 15 minutes and keep doing those exercises until 15 minutes is up. So this is more about volume than it is about like the weight that you're using or anything like that. It's more about speed and volume. How much can you get done in 15 minutes is exactly what an AMRAP is, okay? So we have box raises, V-ups, squat with an alternating step back, and jumping jacks, okay? So box raises. One, two, V-ups, or squat with alternating step back, 1, 2, 3, and jumping jacks, or step, step. Okay, so talk a little bit more about the workout structure. You are just repeating everything as many times as you can. So you're not gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 rest, 1, 2, 3, 4 rest, 1, 2, 3, 4 rest. That would be a rounds style. This is just continuous, okay? So you might do those 4 exercises 6 times in a row and then take a break. You might do them 10 times in a row and then take a break. You might be able to pace yourself where you don't need to take any breaks. So that's usually what I try to do with an AMRAP is I try to take no breaks. I try to pace myself where I'm working hard, but I'm at a pace that I can stay with, sustain, and I try just to not take any breaks at all, okay? So if you are gonna be curious in the end how many reps that you have done, you're going to tally as you go. So you would tally after you completed the list of 4, okay? So you would do 8, 8, 10, 12, tally, 8, 8, 10, 12, tally. Sorry, 6, 8, 10, 12, tally, 6, 8, 10, 12, tally, okay? And then at the very end, you're gonna count how many tallies you have, and you're gonna multiply that by the number of reps. So if you have 8 tallies, it's gonna be 8 times 6, that's how many total reps of box raises you did. 8 times 8 is how many total V-ups you did. 8 times 10 is how many total squats you did, and 8 times 12 is how many total jumping jacks you did. I like to keep track because I am a competitive person, and I also like to see how much I got done in 15 minutes because people love to say they don't have time to work out. If you even have 10 or 15 minutes and you do something like this where you're continuously working, you're actually gonna get a lot more done than you think you are. And that's why I like to see the actual number. If you do not care, if you hate these, if you're like, I could do the worst in the world and I don't care, don't tally. But if you are curious, then tally, okay? So we have box raises. So this is also another way to combine our front and our lateral raise, but instead of our L, it's just about, we're making a box, okay? So you have 2 weights. You're going to lift them to the front, bring them out to the side, bring them down. Raise back up, bring them to the middle, down. That's 1. Up, side, down, side, together, down, 2. Up, side, down, side, together, down, 3, okay? So again, notice my elbows are slightly bent. Up, I'm coming here. Out, I'm staying here. I'm not flying up. I'm not coming out like that. You're gonna really hurt your chest if you fly out like that. So nice and controlled. 1, 2, 3, okay? You might want to just practice before you actually start if you find that to be confusing. Say whatever it is in your mind that makes sense. To me, like up, out, down, up, together, down, something like that makes sense, but you find what works for you because you don't want to be in the middle of it and then be like, oh, which way do I go again? And then you're all confused, okay? V-ups. So this is a more advanced ab move. So if you find that you're not doing it right, don't worry. So you're going to start outstretched, and the point is to fold up and try to touch your toes. So you're gonna be here, you're gonna fold, down, fold, down, fold. So when you fold, you're basically like this in the air, okay? So you're balancing on your tailbone. If you find that you're gonna do these and you end up doing this or this, then some part of you is not strong enough to fold fully, okay? So what you're gonna do instead is you're going to put your legs up, put your arms behind your head, and you're going to crunch up, or I should say forward and up. 1, forward, up, 2, forward, up, 3, forward, up, 4, okay? So you're gonna kind of mimic that fold without having to lift your legs. Squat with alternating step back. This is actually one of my favorite ones because it doesn't feel like you're doing a whole lot, but it burns. So you're going to squat, turn to the side, so open up your hips, turn to the side, step, squat, 1. So I do find though that I tend to do a more narrow squat because when I step back in, I'm always closer than what I was when I started. So I squat, I step back and squat, I return, 1. Squat, step back and squat, return, 2, okay? So your second squat is gonna be like a diagonal, open. Your feet are gonna be open, like how they are with a sumo squat, okay? Because this foot's still facing forward. Now this foot naturally is gonna do the same thing and face that way. It's not gonna be like this. You're not gonna have your feet like this. They're both gonna be like this. So I do my regular squat, open up, second squat. My second squat is wide and sumo-like, okay? Second squat, return. Same thing on the other side. So this is what it just looks like when I'm naturally doing it. Okay, so when I come in and I squat right away. You can do it that way, or you can squat, squat, stand, squat, squat, stand, squat, squat, stand. Or how I was just showing it, when I come in, I'm immediately squatting. When I come in, I'm immediately squatting. That is up to you. And then lastly, we have our jumping jack. So everybody knows what jumping jack is. Make sure you're doing a fully extended jumping jack. So your feet should be wide, your arms should be up. Do a full jumping jack. If you can't jump, step to the side, middle. Step, middle, and go fast. It's gonna be just as effective. You're gonna lose your breath, even though you're not jumping. As long as you're making big motions, that's all that matters. So that is the 17th, your AMRAP.